If you're a new insurance agent selling life, Medicare, or annuities, I'm going to give you 3 tips that are going to hopefully help you make it in this time-tested and noble profession. 90% of the agent force fails out, and sometimes it's because they didn't find these 3 tips in time. So I'm going to give it to you today. Before I go into this with you, jasonfinalexpense.com. I do run a national insurance agency, partnering and coaching and recruiting agents across this nation. We sell life, Medicare, and annuities face-to-face, and yes, even in the telespace. So if you need any free resources, hop onto my website. Those are free for the taking, and I appreciate you joining me today. So when you're first new, you're first starting out in this industry, the one tip that you're going to want to really pay attention to is do what your upline says. Do what your manager, your mentor has shown you, okay, to do. Don't miss a beat here. You got to be a good soldier if you want to learn to be the best. Now, if you're a rock star, fine, go your own way, okay? But do as you've been directed to. If not, you're going to lack direction, you're going to lack decisiveness, and you just won't make it. So you've got to follow, just like a good soldier, left foot, right foot, especially when you're new. Another thing that you're going to want to not ever neglect is don't miss a meeting. Folks that show up, boot up and suit up, and believe in what they do, they don't miss meetings. I've done insurance a long time. I've done insurance combined with my telesales background. Dear goodness, over 2+ decades, 20+ years. And let me share with you how many meetings I've missed in my career. Zeros, okay? It's so important that you zero in on not missing a meeting. Make sure that you are there with pen and paper in hand, that you're picking up little tidbits, little tips, little tricks of the industry so you can take it to the next level, especially when you're new. This is so important to grasp. Do as you've been directed and just grind and go and go. You're going to find more success if you just do what someone else has done. Don't reinvent the wheel. The wheel of the industry is round, and you'll hopefully find great wealth in this industry, but you've got to be a warrior. You've got to be about it all day, every day. So tip number 1, do what your manager, your mentor, your upline has shown you to do, and don't miss a meeting. It's so powerful here. All right. The power of routines is what's going to help get you stability and hopefully higher levels of success. So the power of routines, but don't miss meetings. It's very important for you, especially with your new. Okay. When you're new, you got to be about it. Okay. Now, tip number 2 that I'll share with you is you got to get yourself into a position where you're in a fight mentality. You got to fight for your success. Okay. Successful agents, they fight, they fight, they fight. They fight through rejection. They fight through, okay, their rebuttals. They fight through feelings of maybe doing lazy things. They fight through, okay, feelings of you're not good enough. They fight through that as opposed to failing, okay, by having those demons in your mind, or failing by hitting the snooze button, or as I call it, the income reduction button. You've got to fight or you got to fail. There's no middle ground here. So understand you're fighting for your very success when you dump in to this industry. It's scary at times. I get it. But you've got to fight the fear of failure. And if you don't want to fail, you better be prepared to fight every day with everything that's in you. You fight for the best interest of your consumer. You fight to benefit your client. Okay. It's all about our prospects. They come first. But to recap, point number 1, do what your manager, your mentor, a vetted upline, okay, is helping you to do. You've got to be one that takes instruction and then follows it. It's crazy important. Pick up little nuggets that you can, okay? Be a sponge and you'll find more success. But the tip number 2 that I'm sharing with you, you've got to be prepared to fight, okay? You're not going to find success if you're just sitting back and waiting for success to come to you. Well, let me tell you, if you're waiting for success to come to you, you're going to kick yourself out of this industry before you even start. Let me share with you, don't even waste your time. Get out. Okay, quick. You got to be in a position where you go from being a hero to a zero, sometimes call to call if you're doing telesales. If you're in the face-to-face arena, you get a sale one day and one call, and the next couple of them get hit, okay, with a no, 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 and you got to know what to do with that. So get into a position where you always fight. You always fight. You never give up. If you've got a whole lot of quitting you may want to get out of this industry now. You've got to be in a position where you fight all the way through by high activity, high activity, high activity, and it'll accelerate your chances of survival in an amazing industry. So tip number 3 that I'll share with you is you've got to be in a place where you don't make excuses. You can make excuses or you can make this work. All right. Excuses aren't going to pay your bills. and hard work most likely will. Okay. But there's no guarantees here. So you can't make excuses for why you didn't show up to a meeting. You can't make excuses for why you weren't on the phones today. Okay. You can't make excuses for why you didn't door knock. You can't be giving excuses because those don't pay your bills. You can make excuses or you can make a way. You can't do both. So agents that make a lot of excuses never engage to their highest potential, even though they've got it in them. They just don't exercise it. You can't put off and procrastinate and expect to have profitability. It's all about doing what you've been instructed to do, being powerful as you go through those routines. Routines will make you a rock star. But if you're not following routines and you wonder why you feel like a rock sinking to the bottom of a lake and you're suffocating, well, maybe you weren't seeing the people. Maybe you weren't following what you've been given to do. Okay. Be in a position where you fight. Don't fail. Failure is not in your vocabulary. You'll get that out of your mouth real quick. You're going to fight through it. You're going to just knock more doors, see more people, and make more phone calls, help more prospects. It's a simple business, but it's not easy. So understand you got to fight all the way through. You'll have the hero complex and you'll have the zero complex the longer you've been in this industry, I promise you. But it'll get easier. It does. It does get easier if you follow simple steps and do as you've been instructed. I learned a lot from a great mentor when I first started off in this industry. And let me tell you, I did everything like a good soldier that he instructed me. And it made me who I am in this industry in the long play. It's all about having good people that can help you get profitable as fast as possible. But it still looks like a fight. It looks like fighting those phones, it's fighting the urges, okay, to take too much time off, fighting the lazy, okay, off your back, fighting the snooze alarm. All these distractions can debilitate you, which is why I believe a lot of agents fail. They don't have good mentors. They, my goodness, just get into a place where they put off tomorrow. Okay. Put off everything till tomorrow. And they could have done it today. Tomorrow will take your lunch money all day, every day. It's all about the power of now. Okay. Don't make excuses. Tip number 3, make this work. And you're going to do that by working the business, not, okay, a business that is super complicated. It's really not. Once you've been trained well, it's just left foot, right foot, and going and seeing the people. The more phone calls you make in telesales, the more profits you'll take, most likely. So I hope this helps you. If you need anything at all, feel free to reach out, jasonfinalexpense.com. But I hope these tips help you and take you far in this amazing career. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.